Welcome back to CryptosRus. I'm George. We're all George. So today, let's talk about where Bitcoin is heading next. On Friday, we had a pretty good rally day for at least U.S. markets. Are we going to expect the same this week? And what is going to happen to Bitcoin? Well, let's talk about it and talk about whatever else is going on in the world today. Welcome. I'm used to saying the market bell is about to ring, but it is not. It is Saturday. As you can see, on Friday, we had a pretty good day in the U.S. Everything pumped up quite a lot because this debt ceiling crisis may be over soon, right? So that's the big event, or is it, for this coming week. Of course, I've been talking about the debt ceiling for quite some time. You probably heard about it from others. I mean, the U.S. is basically at a point where it's out of money and we need to print more. It's really that simple. Okay, if we don't lift the ceiling, we're unable to print more money, well, we will go bankrupt as a nation, which is really bad. Really, really bad. But Biden says he's very optimistic that both sides are very close. Right? I think there's $80 billion they're fighting over, and that was allocated to the IRS. No one likes the IRS. So basically, I think they're trying to get rid of that, and then they'll come to agreement, right? But we only have 4 days left until U.S. runs out of money. Or do we? Because Janet Yellen now says, no, it's not June 1st. It's June 5th. So all of a sudden, we just got 4 more days of runway. So does that mean this is going to continue on for another week into June 5th? It probably would have been a good idea if she said, yeah, June 1st is the hard cutoff, not June 5th, because now this will probably go on for another 4 days. But you know what? We will see. So, of course, this is the big news that's coming up this week. But there's something else. There's something else that's coming. Right now, a lot of you guys may have noticed that, yeah, Bitcoin's kind of weak. Not weak. I take that back. Just kind of stagnant. Kind of, I don't know, going sideways, right? It's holding at this inflection point, this 200 weekly moving average. That's why I have it in a thumbnail, right? You can see it's hovering right there and also around the 100 moving average. So, we're at that like critical point where something massive is about to happen. And that could be this week. Okay, now even from a technical standpoint, you look at here, this is like the Bollinger Bands, and it's getting squeezed once again, right? And whenever you have this kind of moment, something is about to happen when you have a narrowing channel, a squeeze, right? And since we're on the lower side, one would think that we're going to go in the opposite direction, in the upper side, right? Especially since this week, not only do we have this debt ceiling crisis that may be over, but also we have Hong Kong that's opening up. This is a done deal. Hong Kong is going to allow crypto trading once again, okay? And this will be absolutely massive. Massive. One of the 10th wealthiest cities. And look at how many. 129,000 millionaires, 290 centimillionaires, 32 billionaires. That's a lot. That's a lot of money, okay? Not to mention how many? 10 million, 12 million people living in Hong Kong. I mean, this is the stepping stone, right, to allowing all Chinese citizens to invest in crypto. It's been banned for quite some time. It's about to happen this week, right? So this inflection point, this staleness that we're seeing with Bitcoin could be gone next week. 2 major events. I don't know about the debt ceiling. Maybe it gets pushed back to June 5th. Maybe it doesn't and gets resolved and the markets start rallying, right? But this is absolutely huge. Really, really big. CZ also said he got a copy of this. some kind of Web3 white paper from Beijing. Now, he doesn't know exactly if this is authentic or not, but it looks pretty legit. Inside, it talks about NFTs, VR, AI, metaverse. It looks at companies like ByteDance, which is the head company of TikTok, JD, Baidu, right? It even talks about Gavin Wood, Beeple, and everything. So this is truly like a overall Web3 white paper that's being circulated in Beijing and across China. Well, that means they're getting ready. They're trying to educate everyone and trying to get them ready for the future. And Hong Kong is probably the step one. And then step two is to allow all Chinese citizens to invest through Hong Kong, right? So this could be the start of something massive. How much money is in China? We're talking about trillions upon trillions upon trillions of dollars that can be flowing in to Bitcoin and crypto in the near future later this year. Absolutely massive. I think people don't realize how massive this is, but we will see. We will see. So this is definitely something to look forward to. In the meantime, though, despite price being pretty stagnant for Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others, the net flow out of the exchanges continue to be happening at an alarming rate. Just yesterday, 136 million more Bitcoin came out of the exchanges. 821 million came out of Ethereum. Ethereum is going crazy right now in terms of how much is coming out of the exchanges, and I'll show you in a little bit. Tether is the only one that increased a little bit, but you know, with these big boys, more and more people are buying and holding and taking out of the exchanges. The reserves are dropping and dropping and dropping. So, absolutely massive. Speaking of Ethereum, Visa is thinking about potential smart contracts for payments with Ethereum. Okay, no surprise, right? Visa, MasterCard, all financial institutions trying to take advantage of blockchain, right? They know it's better. There's better use case for blockchain, and they're all thinking about it very hard right now, or at least trying to incorporate it in some way or fashion. Of course, why not look at Ethereum, right? But speaking of Ethereum reserves, just keeps on dropping. It's back to 2016 level, right? Ethereum is very deflationary right now because of the burning and the transaction, but also there's very little of it on the exchanges and continues to drop more and more and more. And the number of addresses for ETH continues to go up. So ETH, definitely not one to be ignored. I feel like a lot of people now think ETH is too big, kind of like Bitcoin. You got to go with some of these newer L1s, L2s, right? Not the case. Ethereum is still growing by leaps and bounds. Definitely not one that you want to ignore. What else is going on today? Osmosis, which is the biggest AMM DEX from Cosmos, is being listed on Coinbase. Interesting. Coinbase usually only lists ERC-based tokens or coins. They did launch Solana and a few others, but now they're branching out into Cosmos. That's kind of interesting. So good for Osmosis. Also, Osmosis will be launching a burn mechanism. Osmosis is actually their own L1 because Cosmos is kind of like an L0. So anything within Cosmos is an L1. So Osmosis is actually their own L1. They have their own token and their own chain, and there's going to be burning soon. And lastly, out of left field, no one expected this. Peter Schiff is announcing that he will have a collection of Gold Triumph NFTs on top of Bitcoin. He is going to take advantage of BRC20 ordinals, and he is going to have a series of NFTs on Bitcoin. This is crazy. In the comments, as you would expect, people are saying, well, see, we knew it. We knew you liked Bitcoin. You were just putting on this image that you're just a bear, right? But it happened. He's still not saying good things about Bitcoin. He's just saying that, yeah, this is going to be like priceless art or whatever. I don't know. It feels like he just wants to cash in at this point. Maybe he just feels like he missed out on the billions had he would have invested back in 2011 when Max Kaiser and everyone else was telling him about it. I don't know, but this is just clearly out of left field, and I don't think anyone expected this. Yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much it for today. Not a whole lot on this Saturday morning. This next week will be absolutely crucial. Are we going to see a massive pump coming from Hong Kong? A lot of liquidity coming in. You got to figure those guys are preparing right now. This is going to be absolutely a huge moment, right? And imagine during the next bull run, how much more money will be flowing in because of this, right? I mean, it's absolutely huge. And then also the debt ceiling. Are we finally going to get a resolution next week, or will it get pushed back one further week because now Janet Yellen said, oh, no, we have the 5th instead of the 1st. I was hoping she'd just stick with the 1st, Maybe she just forget to mention that we have a little more, leeway. But now let's go probably make it longer to resolve. Anyways, all right, let's do some Q&A. Well, I changed my background when I start streaming from my new place, of course. It's going to be a new studio, new house. Everything's going to be new. Let me scroll up, make sure I didn't miss anything. Someone trying to show sneak, however you say it. Let's see. Tavo, appreciate it. Dabatola, yes. It's a private Discord group. Am I having a nice Memorial weekend? Well, it just started. Hey, that reminds me. So on Monday, probably not going to have a market open stream. But yeah, I don't really have any plans. I did watch Fast X with my kids yesterday. I did not want to watch it, but there was nothing on. I'm like, what the hell? At least it's better than the new Spider-Man movie. And surprisingly, it was actually pretty funny and pretty enjoyable. So the guy who plays the villain, who played Aquaman, he was brilliant in the film. He made the film. So you gotta give Vin Diesel credit, and how the story flows actually ties into previous movies. So that actually made a lot of sense. So the movie was actually better than expected. Like I didn't even finish 9 because it was so ridiculous at the beginning. I just didn't finish it. So I didn't even watch the part where they went into space, which was more ridiculous. But this one is actually decent. Are you a coffee or tea guy? Coffee for sure. I should be drinking more tea, but I've been drinking coffee for a long time. Let's see. Jenny, why did you change your name? I don't know why you changed your name. Sneak is out here bringing tons of people into Cardano. Meme coin, yes, but it's breaking records and catalyst. Hey, I agree with you. I've been talking about it. I just shared it like 2 days ago or 1 day ago. You know, TVL on Cardano's going up, and this meme coin is doing well, but it's also bringing more attention to Cardano, right? Cardano needs some attention, needs some enthusiasm. I said the same thing about Pepe and all the other meme coins out there, right? It's a gamble, yes. It's a fun gamble, but it does. The purpose of meme coins is drive people. They're a people driver, right? And if this drives more people to Cardano, so be it, right? But it's doing pretty well. 52 million in market cap. This may be the biggest DApp on top of Cardano. Probably. I'm pretty sure it is. Do you think BitBoy is opening himself up for SEC loss with his token? I certainly hope not. Okay. It paints a big target on his back. But he has some pretty good lawyers. And I have talked to him personally about this. And he has things in place to make sure that he can't get in trouble from Gary. But, when it comes to the SEC, Gary doesn't care if you're a security or not, right? They will just put their full force on you and try to bankrupt you, right? Like they did with Library, for example. That's what they do, right? So Ben still has to be very careful, right? I know he released his roadmap, and he wants to do great things with Ben. And I encourage him to do that, and I hope it does turn out well. And maybe we could collaborate in the future. But yeah, it does paint a big target on his back for sure. Do you think wallets can be subpoenaed for our keys? No, because they don't store them. That's the thing. These self-custody, that's why it's called non-custodial, but self-custody wallets means that the keys are not stored on their servers. Even if let's say Trust Wallet servers or Trust Wallet themselves as an entity is subpoenaed, they don't have keys. You have it. It's stored on your device, right? So that's the difference. You hold the key. They don't. Am I still doing carnivore? No. I stopped after 1 month. It was very hard because I like to eat at least some vegetables. It's so oily to be on carnivore. But also had some digestion problems, that's for sure. Very hard to go number 2 when you're only eating meat. So, just FYI. Straight to the point. Appreciate that. Skin Dog, yeah, I did not orchestrate that, and I don't know why people started doing it, but he got so mad that he banned George from his chat, but then I told him that was not my doing. I don't know. What do you think about Tangent Wallet? I don't know. I heard of it before, never used it. I mean, Aaron, who's a guest host on the show, he just talked about Treasure yesterday, right? It's always been Ledger and Treasure. I mean, everyone's just those are the 2 go-to wallets, right? So now I got to look at if there's other alternatives that are equally as good or better. But still, in the meantime, we still have our mobile wallets, our browser wallets, right? And, Ledger is still fine as long as you don't upgrade their firmware, which they have delayed. And Treasure, I'm not so sure. Can you post your show with Wendy-O on CryptosRus? Well, you could just go to her channel. It's yesterday's video. You could just go on and watch it there. Tonight I have one that's special for you guys. I did a Twitter Spaces on Wednesday with a lot of other guys that you guys know of, like Ben Cohen and Crypto Zombie. Leia, a few other people that you guys know of, big people. So actually, I'm going to post that tonight. It's actually an hour-long conversation about all these things. I think you guys are going to enjoy it, for those of you guys that didn't tune into the spaces. Ben Brennan, another one for Sneak. Todd, what's wrong with that? Is that good or bad? How's the basketball coming along? I have not played for a long time. My knee's getting bad. You know, I wanted to ask you guys, where do you guys get those really good stem cell injections for your knees? I've been hearing a lot about it. I don't know if it's illegal in the U.S. because I've tried the ones where they take out your blood and take out your white blood cell or your stem cells and pump it back in your knee. That's absolutely does nothing. It's garbage. Where do you go for like the true stem cell treatments? I would love to go. I don't know if you have to go out of country or you could get in the U.S. and I just don't know where to go. Like, I just want to resolve my knee issue once and for all. Maybe I could go back to Taiwan or somewhere to get it. Yeah, people say you go to Mexico to do it. Like, why is it illegal? But bacon eggs, I don't think he's tempted to scam his fans. I mean, with Ben Token, I think it's very transparent. He's going to show the address. He's trying to create this foundation or collective, and he has his big plans for it. So I hope it goes well, but I do think it paints a big target on his back. My father had it done in Peru. Did it work? Yeah, Joe Rogan talked about it, how he did on his shoulder, and it just completely fixed it. What happened to Crypto Daily? He stopped a long time ago. I don't know. I don't have any fluids from my. No, it's not. I don't think it's a fluid issue. I need some good stem cells to heal whatever's going on in my knees. What's my favorite conspiracy theory? My favorite one would be whether or not we actually landed on the moon. I think there's compelling arguments that we did not. I know a lot of people like to talk about flat Earth. I think that's just total nonsense. But whether or not we actually have gone to the moon, it's hard for me to say yes that they had enough technology to do so back in whatever the 50s or 60s, wherever we land on the moon, and then we haven't gone back, and somehow it seems like it's impossible now, even though our technology is so much better than before. And do we have like satellite images of where the landing site was? Do we see American flag up there? How come I don't see those kind of stuff? I don't know. Maybe I didn't search hard enough. But if you had a powerful telescope, can you actually find the American flag on the moon? Like that's what I want to know. Why stop streaming when Bitcoin hits 1 million? Yeah, I probably will. And I'll probably still stream and just like show off, what's going on in my life. Maybe by then, I can import like exotic cars to Monaco on my yacht or something like that, which I said I would never do, but maybe, who knows, I would do at that point. Plenty of people have gone back to the moon. You tell me the plenty of people. Who else? What's the likelihood of CBDC taking over in the U.S.? It'll probably take over. The U.S. dollar will just become digital dollar. It's already digital now. But, yeah, that's not going to affect Bitcoin or anything else. I think the only crypto that will affect are the stable coins. Tether, USDC, especially USDC. But, I mean, CBDCs are just digital equivalency as a fiat. Name the worst city in the U.S. to do GeorgeCon? I don't know. You tell me. I don't know the worst city. Got a lot of people pissed off about the moon landing. I don't know. I just haven't done enough research on it. But I don't know. I feel like if it was done like 50, 60 years ago, that SpaceX could easily deploy a rocket to the moon. Seeing what they're doing, why don't we just easily start transporting things to the moon? I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just throwing that out there. Tony Robbins has a book about stem cells. He also talked about it. Did they talk about where they got it, though? That's the thing. I want to know where to go to get a stem cell treatment on my knee and fix it. Pocahontas. Josh, is that a real place? I mean, is that a real city named Pocahontas? Joel, or JF Sonic, watching from Philippines. Awesome. Mike, I saw you there yesterday. Yeah, that was fun. Different vibe from Wendy O. Very bubbly character. I haven't talked to her in person, actually, or even on a show ever. That was the first time. Am I a fan of Lego Masters? Of course. Of course. I met one of the contestants. She had an art piece at Bitcoin 2023, and I met her, Rasni. She looks very different in person than when she was on the show. I met her recently. She's still big into Lego. That's awesome. Tonight, I don't know. I was going to say Heat. Heat better close it out tonight. If they don't, they're losing the series. So let's see if Butler is really Jordan's son. If he's the guy, right? If I'm him, he needs to close out tonight's game. If he doesn't, they're losing the series. And I don't want to see Celtics go to the final. So he better win. He better do it. Do I watch any other YouTube channel? Yeah. It starts with a H. The other one where they have all these drag races, and it's so done so well. Shoot. I don't know. Like they had one where all the EV cars are racing. They had it racing against the Bugatti. They had all these like really nice cars, and their CGI or visual effects are like insane. Anyways, I think that's my cue to go. Too much randomness. You know what? Tonight, look forward to that Twitter Spaces video. I think you guys will enjoy it. It's a long conversation, a really good one between a lot of people. So that's coming up tonight, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, 10:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's it. Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your Saturday. Bye-bye.